Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Okay, this will probably be the last of the pre-trial reads here, as in following the cast of characters. So we've read on Michael Cohen, Stephanie Clifford, Judge Mershon. I keep wanting to say Ingeron. Judge Mershon. Um, Todd Blanche, the lead counsel. We've read on Melania Trump. Haven't read on Alvin Bragg yet, but this is going to be a reading on Donald Trump and his state of mind coming into this trial on Monday. What is... all these cards are flying all over the place here. What is Donald Trump's state of mind coming into this this court case, the New York criminal trial, where he's up against 34 felony counts for paying off a couple of women that he had affairs or raped, depending on your point of view, which person we're talking about here. He had an affair with Karen McDougal. He raped Stormy Daniels. And then paid money right after the Access Hollywood tape incident came out to keep these women silent from coming forward with their stories. And there's even audio tape of Trump saying that, can we not pay them until after the election, because then he doesn't have to pay him at all. Screw him. Which lets you know that he did offer these payments as a hush money thing to cover up the for 11, basically to cover it up so he could get to the election, because he was afraid of the election fallout, which makes it a felony. Donald Trump, emotional state coming up to this trial, and he keeps losing his appeals. He cannot delay this. Entertainment purposes only. Six of Swords. He keeps trying to create turbulence, but this case just keeps going forward whether he likes it or not. It's being driven forward, and he's not the driver. He is kind of along for the ride. But he's going to try and disturb it. He will continue to try and disturb this case every which way he can. Because as this case draws near, he has incredible anxiety. Because he knows he's dead to rights with this. And he cannot believe that somebody's going to actually hold him accountable. Here we are crossing the river Styx. And you can't stop the ferryman from bringing you to the other end of the shore. You've tried everything you can to negotiate, bribe, bluff the ferryman, and it's not working. And again, here's Donald trying everything, every trick in the book that he has to delay this case, and it's all been for naught. Fight, 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 delay, delay, delay. It's not being delayed. Here we go. Anxiety time. In the past, King of Pentacles, Donald could always outspend everybody. He has his wealth and his position in society to thank for all the people he took advantage of, all the people he screwed financially and literally, and just this arrogant, wealthy, white, powerful, connected man who later became president of the United States. But that's not protecting him from this. There's no absolute immunity here. This is kind of like all the delays are out. Current situation is the Four of Cups. Every time he's challenged this case in court to get it delayed, he's been denied. And the latest denial came on Friday. And he keeps being given messages he does not want. And what's worse is there's going to now be testimony coming out that's going to be very embarrassing to him. The overarching energy is the Three of Wands. He is still looking for ways to get out of this. He's still looking for ways to delay this case. The other thing that would be going with this is, how do I get my escape? Do I need to get my escape? Is it too late to escape this? Overarching. Right now, if he's held accountable for his actions, he's going to want to try and make an escape some way. Now, whether he escapes physically to another country or he escapes by having a health event that he thinks would keep him out of prison, I'm not sure. But there is that energy that's coming in here for an escape. Overarching energy is the King of Swords. Donald's not in control of this situation. Alvin Bragg is. The judge is. His lawyers are not. This is out of his hands. His fate is now in the courts. The King of Pentacles has to answer to the King of Swords. Out comes the Five of Swords. The transition. All the victories that he's had, are going to now lead to defeats. This is a card of narcissism and no compromise. And I think kind of what I'm reading that is that this tells me basically guilty on all 34 counts type of things. There's going to be accountability here. The judgment is going to be ruthless on this. Now, that Five of Swords could be that, if his lawyer, I think it's Todd Blanche, is successful in defending him, he might be able to get all the charges down to misdemeanors and Trump has gotten away with it again. That could be one interpretation of that Five of Swords. I think, though, given the judge over in that lesson to be learned, I am thinking it might be a bit more severe than that. Because I do think they're going to be able to make the connection between these payments and it being used to cover up a different crime, which is what makes it a felony. Okay, so that's what he's feeling going on. I still think he thinks he's going to get away with it. That Five of Swords is probably, his unshakable faith in himself to be able to get away with something. Even if he's stressing out over it, he's got that arrogance to think he's going to get away with it. But I really don't think that's going to be the case. What's the energy around the trial and the evidence presented with Donald Trump? What's that energy like? All right. Judgment. Well, we're going to get a judgment. This is not going to be a hung jury. We'll get a judgment on this. And the King of Wands. Michael Cohen was my King of Wands type card here. Judgment. And likely it's going to be something similar to what Michael Cohen went through when he was found guilty of all this. When you're a co-conspirator, you're a co-conspirator. Underneath it all is the Three of Swords. The betrayal from three different sources. Karen McDougal, Michael Cohen, and Stephanie Clifford. Yeah, I think Trump's going to be found guilty. And he's going to get to go to, it's going to be felonies that he's found guilty of, not misdemeanors. My deck is upside down. Hang on for a second. Okay. In the past is the Sun card. The Sun, the truth, is not a friend of Donald Trump's. Republicans in general, but definitely not a friend of Donald Trump's. The truth has come out during this case. As this case goes on, the truth has come out. Basically, everything that happened has been exposed. It's there for everybody to see. It leads to the judgment. Current situation, again, is the King of Pentacles. This is going to be about the judgment on the King of Pentacles and and what it does with him and his legacy. Overarching, it's guilty of felonies. He is stressed out beyond all get out. He cannot believe he's been held accountable. He has never been held accountable in his life. I realize he's lost some civil trials, but this is a criminal trial. This is a whole different kettle of fish, and he's been found guilty in a criminal trial. huge burden because he doesn't know what's next. What's going to happen to me? How am I possibly going to do this? Oh, yeah. This is, again, don't do the crime if you can't do the time type of thing. Hard time. Well, yeah. I wish. Outcome 10 of Swords. Oh, lordy. Those are horrible. Those are horrible cards. Stress, anxiety, keeping him awake at night. Horrible burden. He doesn't know what he can do with this. And the outcome is 10 of Swords. Yeah, guilty. I honestly think they're not giving him probation. They are going to give him, they're going to incarcerate him. Now, I don't know what that incarceration looks like, but they're going to incarcerate him. Most likely, that incarceration is going to be some form of house arrest. I don't know what that house arrest would look like. Maybe not. Maybe he actually goes to prison. Give him exactly what he wants. But, yeah. Things are not good for him on this trial. Things are not good. Now, we won't know. The sentencing takes a couple to several weeks after the judgment before they come back and do the sentencing. So I'm not sure when the sentencing will be. How is Trump's behavior during the court case? There's a lot of concern, speculation that he's going to have some outbursts or something along those lines. How does Trump emotionally handle this case? Will he be immature? Will he be stoic? Will he be kicked out of the courtroom? How is he emotionally going to handle, control himself during this case here? Again, entertainment purposes only. What do I know? I'm just some random dude on the internet throwing tarot cards. I still don't like it. I don't like where this... I'm trying to do an overhand shuffle where I like where the top card is. I keep feeling like I'm ignoring or forcing things here. Okay, we'll do it with this one. Come on down. How does he emotionally behave himself? Worse than better. Cups are about emotions. 5 of Cups is about disappointment and embarrassment. And we've got 3 cups down and 2 cups up. So, more times than not, he is kicking the cups over and having tantrums. He's going to have some emotional problems during this. I don't think this is internalized. Oh, I can't believe Michael Cohen, Stephanie Clifford, and Karen McDougal said bad things about me. At least, Melania and and I don't know, Rhoda Graf still love me type of thing. Crossed with the 10 of Cups, which is emotional maturity. So, yeah, not only can he not keep his emotions in check, it's going to be contrasted by the emotional maturity of everybody else in the court. He's going to come across like a spoiled, sullen teenager. Underneath it all, again, because he's a child. He's a child who's been spoiled and given everything that he's ever wanted, every time. He doesn't know how to handle disappointment. Look at that. Cups, cups, and cups. Underneath it all, he's just a spoiled child. He doesn't know how to handle adversity. And it's going to be contrasted with the emotional maturity of pretty much everybody else in that courtroom. In the past is the Knight of Wands. I want to say he's planning on his outbursts, but I would say that he is trying to gauge how much he's going to be able to get away with. So it's like, I'm going to take my stick and I'm going to take a couple of swings and I want to see what I can get away with, because that's, of course, what he's going to do. The current situation of that is that His emotional maturity is just, it's, he can't handle his emotions. He may be put into another courtroom if he can, or threatened to be put into an adjacent courtroom if he cannot control his emotions. He'll do something like he storms out. He's gonna try and storm out, and the judge is gonna have to call him back in and admonish him. He's gonna pull some stuff like that. He's gonna pull decorum violations. Like, you don't stand when the jury comes in or stand when the jury leaves type of thing. Try and leave before the jury leaves. We saw Amber Heard do that after some horrific cross-examining by her lawyers where they looked really inept. She snuck out a door behind a bailiff, and she was supposed to stand there wait until the jury left. It was a really, really bad form. It's going to be stuff like that. More cups. The overarching energy is temperance. The patience that they're going to have to show to this man while he has his meltdowns. There's going to have to, you know what it's going to have to be? If he has some meltdowns, this is going to be the judge asking for a recess so that he can talk to Trump and his lawyers about the toxic behavior that's being exhibited by their client. Again, where he talks out loud during the court cases, he's, being disruptive, stuff like that. Expect that there'll be recesses, counsel called to the bench to get your client in control. All these cups. The client might be kicked out of the courtroom if he cannot control himself. The lesson to be learned is the double. Trump doesn't know how to control himself. He doesn't have the capacity. He's used to being petulant and doing whatever he wants, and everybody allows him to do it. He's like in his terrible twos. Just has tantrums. That's what he does. Outcome is the Moon card. The craziness. He's gonna. I would expect the lunchtime and after court news conferences to be freaking unhinged. I wonder if the Moon card would also be another gag order to basically, keep things secret. It could also be if he goes out there and he says stuff about the witnesses and the plaintiffs and stuff like that, that might be something that's revealed to the jury. And it's going to impact, you got the eclipse. It's going to impact his ability to attend the trial and admonishments. There's stuff that he's going to do that's going to have some big time repercussions. We have the temperance, the double, and the Moon card in all this. Yeah, no, he's going to act out. I have no doubt he's going to act out. I don't know what the punishment will be. It will be graded. It's going to be a graded type punishment. It's going to ratchet up. And it'll ratchet up quickly. How is Donald Trump going to feel after this trial is done? After the trial is done, how is Trump going to be feeling about it? Is he going to be able to put it behind him? Is he going to be self-reflective? Yes, I do jest. Paint the walls red so that the ketchup stains match. How's Trump gonna feel? What's he gonna be? What's the state gonna be like after this trial is said and done? All right, let's see. How about just a little four-carder on this one? The Lovers. He's kicked out of paradise, I think. I think after this trial's done he's going to look for Melania, and Melania's not going to be there. It's almost like you took the bite out of the apple. This is the opposite of the double card, but it's almost like you took the bite out of the apple, and everybody now knows the truth about you and everything that you've done. You've been kicked out of the Garden of Eden type of thing, and they're going to know about your affairs. Queen of Pentacles, Melania and the child, they're gone. Huge burden. He's got a lot of stuff he needs to carry. Again, this, you know what this might be? Again, this could be the prenup. His actions in this have voided the prenup or have caused some clause in the prenup to get kicked in. And this is a huge burden for Trump. There's that leaving again. I think Melania is emotionally gone at that point. She's leaving. Marriage is over. And even, it's like his love affair with the world is over. It's also like, a bigger picture. His love affair with the world is over. And now it's going to be nothing but toil. He's had a blessed, charmed life. And now that blessed, charmed life is over. There's going to be nothing but burdens here. No, he won't have the riches. He'll have enough to get by. So like, 3 hots and a cot type of thing. Like house arrest type of thing. You'll have food, shelter, and clothing. You're not going to have the jets. You're not going to be able to play golf and do all that stuff. And you're going to be out of social life. And your wife's going to leave too, but he's going to be out of the social life. Like, you are, again, if he has house arrest, I see no reason why that man should have access to a cell phone. No access to social media and stuff like that, because he should be isolated. That's the whole point. Prisoners in prison don't get to have cell phones. They don't get to conduct business. They get to be prisoners. They can read a book, eat some vegetables. He's hosed. This guy is hosed. And his fairy tale life is over, and now he's about to start the next chapter of hard work and toil. And I don't know if he's going to be there for it. I know other people aren't going to be there for that because they're going to leave. They're not going to want to be around him. We'll leave it here. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you for your likes, shares, comments, everything you do to feed the YouTube algorithm so the video makes it out to a wider audience. To those discovering this channel recently or for the first time, welcome to the channel. I hope you found this reading insightful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.